why are we not talking about this perfume from the Henry Rose collection? Hello, my name is Ellison, and on this channel I do perfume reviews, and I am trying to help you find the next best fragrance to add to your collection. So, if that is something that you are interested in seeing more of, then I would highly suggest you hit that subscribe button down below just to stay in the loop with my future uploads. So today I am talking about the Henry Rose Menace perfume. One of you guys said in one of my other Henry Rose videos that you were really excited for this particular fragrance, and so I was like, okay, I have to test it, I have to share it, I have to do the thing. So I did. And listen, I am obsessed. This is a gorgeous fragrance, This is considered an aquatic musk. That's what they sort of classify this as on the Henry Rose website, is an aquatic musk, which honestly, I love that. I love a good aquatic fragrance. I feel like it doesn't just land in citrus, it doesn't just land in fresh, and it certainly doesn't land in floral. Please stop with the florals. I mean, I'm just like, no, don't stop with them. There's lots of you guys that love them. I'm joking. But let's not slack on the aquatics, okay? Because aquatic is just, I mean, it's one of those fragrance families that is not really talked about a lot, but it is universally loved. Whenever I think of aquatics, I really think of like those Dolce & Gabbana fragrances. Just the perfumes that you wear them, you can wear them all year, you can wear them to any event. You smell gorgeous, they tend to last a really long time, they're always appropriate, and they just have this really fresh, very natural character about them that is just gorgeous. I mean, I have not heard anybody say, I do not like aquatic fragrances. I haven't heard it, and I would dare you to tell me that you have. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the Henry Rose Menace Perfume. Oh my gosh, Menace Perfume. Listen, this is what dreams are made of. Okay, so the top notes. Okay, listen, Henry Rose, they really like to have some fancy note names here, so bear with me. So, the top notes: lime heart, tangerine heart, and lentisk, absolute, maroc. Please don't come after me, okay? Don't come after me for my mispronunciation. Middle notes: crisp marine notes, informative, and Mediterranean cypress. Bottom notes are cedarwood heart, Virginia, patchouli oil, and sensual musk. Okay, so there's lots of creativity going on here in these notes, right? But what I'm getting a lot of is citrus. And also just so I'm getting some citrus, I'm getting a little bit of woody, like some cedar wood, some cypress, marine notes, crisp marine notes. I'd really like to know what that is. Like what makes a marine note? Obviously it's aquatic, but what is the marine note? And then musk and patchouli. Now I know a lot of you guys, you're like, patchouli? Please don't be a thing. But patchouli is very well done in this perfume. Patchouli is not stealing the show. I've talked about this in some of my other videos where patchouli is really, it can really easily dominate the show. It can really easily, take all the attention and just overpower a perfume and overpower a fragrance. But the patchouli in this is really well done. And like I described it in a previous video, patchouli is sort of like salt, where you need salt to add flavor, and when you add salt and you add the right amount of salt, then your food tastes delicious. If you add too much, then it's too much. And patchouli, I feel like, is the same way with a perfume, is where adding patchouli is sort of one of those go-to spices, that go-to fragrance that you just add on the bottom, within the bottom notes of a perfume, just because it adds character, it adds an element, it adds the depth. But if you add too much, then it gets to be overwhelming and it gets to be too much. But patchouli, very well done in this. Very, very well done. And so what I would have to say, this has a very masculine feel to it, which I think is why there's not a lot of women talking about aquatic fragrances. It's just because aquatic tends to be very masculine, okay? Fragrances like lime, that's a very, lime, patchouli, those are very masculine fragrance notes. You find them a lot in those more masculine fragrances. And Aquatic in general just tends to be a more manly fragrance. I mean, you when you go to the men's cologne section, I mean, Aquatic everywhere. It's always Aquatic. And I feel like women tend to stay away from the men's cologne just because it's men's cologne. You don't want to smell like a man. But I feel like the beauty of an Aquatic fragrance is that it's not really, I mean, while we sort of mentally identify it as a manly, very masculine fragrance, it is not, it doesn't smell like a boy, okay? It doesn't just smell like a boy. It smells very neutral. And so I think that with this, I mean, it's a beautiful way to really add some of those neutral fragrance notes into your perfume collection. And it's just, like I said, it's that perfect fresh fragrance where it's like you smell amazing, you smell clean, and you smell really fresh. Like, oh, I'm very refreshed today. Very awake, very alive, which I really like. So as far as wear time with this perfume, it lasts. It really does last. What I would have to say is that, like a lot of the perfumes that I've tested, it's not filling a room. I really want to find more perfumes that are filling rooms, that are, like having the impact. But what this perfume did was, it just had this really nice essence. It gave me a subtle fragrance. I could smell it on myself while I was wearing it. And it was one of those deals where it's just like, I felt confident wearing it. I felt very confident wearing it. And so wear time for me, I felt like is very subtle. And it's a very natural perfume. And so while I did not notice it, while I wasn't, walking around thinking, oh my gosh, I smell like Henry Rose Menace, well, that wasn't the situation. I felt like it just sort of gave me a very confident, very clean feeling about myself. It gave me good vibes. It gave me good vibes, which is what is important. If you don't have good vibes, then nobody has good vibes, okay? So I felt like with this perfume, it did what it needed to do to present me well, and it was sort of a confidence booster. It's a confidence booster because it's one of those things where it's like, there's very few people that don't like this kind of fragrance. There's very few people that are going to say that perfume smells bad, if any people at all, because it is just your standard fresh, very aquatic, clean fragrance. And so you smell good. And when you smell good, you feel good. And when you feel good, then you act good. So as far as where I would wear this perfume, as far as where I would wear this perfume, I feel like this perfume, I know I say this a lot, this is a really good everyday perfume. And I wouldn't necessarily wear this to, I feel like I actually would find myself wearing it to a special occasion. Because you see, with this perfume, what I found with it is that it sort of had this density. It had a really nice density about it that I feel like I really would wear this to, if we're going to the theater, or if we're going to, we're going out to eat to a really nice restaurant. It just had this density about it, this thickness about it. I wouldn't say it's heavy, but it's dense. And I feel like that is sort of one of the elements of a perfume, of a special event or a night out or special occasion perfume that I'm looking for, is density and thickness, not necessarily heavy. I'm looking for something that it just feels like it's solid, a solid perfume, a built perfume. And so with this, I really feel like it's perfect for everyday wear, because it is fresh, because it is very clean smelling, but I feel like it also really fits into that special event and special occasion setting just because of the density of it. And I think that it's a really nice, I feel like it's a nice difference from those typical special event perfumes that we smell, where they're typically florals. Special event perfumes are typically very florally, very flowery, very plump, and while they're heavy, they are very floral and sort of fluffy. And I feel like this is sort of a nice change where it's really dense and it's really clean and it's fresh. And so it gives sort of you a unique character when you're going into a special event sort of setting. So I really liked this. I really like it universally. And I feel like it's a wonderful addition to your collection. If you're looking for something where it's like, I can always rely on this perfume. I can rely on this perfume that I always like it. I can rely on it to always be a crowd pleaser. I can rely on it to always make me feel really confident. I can rely on it to fit in with whatever situation I'm going into. Then Henry Rose Menace is perfect for you. Is perfect for you. If you find yourself looking at the men's fragrances on the market and thinking, oh my word, I wish I could, like, right? I wish I could smell like that. I wish I could have a perfume that smells like that. Then this is perfect. Okay, this is considered a unisex perfume. And so, yeah, this is a perfect fragrance that it just really slips in there and is dependable. If you only need one perfume, if you're a one perfume kind of person, this is the perfect fragrance for you. Perfect fragrance for you, hands down. So I couldn't recommend the Henry Rose Menace perfume enough. Gorgeous perfume. And if you are interested in getting your hands on it, I will link it down below for you. So yeah, they have awesome, this is just an awesome perfume. Let's see, let me look at the price here. So this perfume retails on Henry Rose website for $120, which is sort of in that mid-range of your typical luxury fragrance price. Okay, that's a mid-range price. So I would have to say that, I mean, that is a pretty decent price. You can also get an 8 milliliter travel spray if you'd like for $35. But honestly, I'm like, if you're gonna do the thing, get the 50 milliliter bottle and then just go to Amazon and get those decanters that you can put in your bag. So that way, you have your full size bottle, but you have the ability to take that perfume with you other places. So definitely check this perfume out if you are interested in adding that aquatic, fresh fragrance element to your perfume collection. Gorgeous perfume. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you are interested in seeing more Henry Rose perfumes, and if you're interested in seeing another Henry Rose perfume that I really like, then I would highly recommend you watch this video right here. This is my review of the Henry Rose Jake's House perfume, which is their most popular fragrance, and it is Michelle Pfeiffer's favorite from the collection. So definitely give that a look-see. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you oh so very much, and until we meet again, so long.